Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void! This is a game between Mattattack and SCKedi on Orbital Shipyard. In the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Zerg player named Mattattack. I'm not sure what that means, but hey, cool name. And in the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Terran player SCKedi. Or SCKedi, I suppose. SCKedi? Like, oh, like my sister used to call spaghetti sketty when she was little. Maybe that's what this is? SCKedi? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think that is, because I assume it's just StarCraft Kedi, like someone's name or a nickname or something like that, and that's kind of what they went with. But hey, works for me. So this is Into the Void. This is our weekly look at Bronze and Silver League play. If you're interested in submitting a replay to this feature, send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. Kind of tell me what it's about if you can. If not, don't worry about it. I send them all to my screeners. They take a look at them. They go through every single one of these that I get, which is not a small number. I can promise you that. They look at all of them, sometimes on 2-speed or 4-speed, depending how long it is. But they do. They check them all out, and they send me the best ones. They tell me why they like them, and then I cast the best ones. Hooray! And everybody's happy. Alrighty then. Drones scouting it up to the north. I like the drone scout. I like this from Mattattack. Both players, you know, under 100 APM or so. Very standard to see that in Silver and Bronze League play. Drone checking things out. There's definitely a refinery coming up here for SCKedi. And again, I say this every week, but it is the truth. It's the truth. Bronze and Silver League players, for the most part, know what they're doing. They do. They have a general idea of what to do, how to start out the game. Look at this timing on the Reaper. Bam, it's perfect. The Reaper's coming out. It's a little bit late, but, you know, crisp, perfect timings. You're not going to see it here, but the general concept is accurate and intact, and even walling off after getting rid of the drone. So decision-making in the early stages, not something most players struggle with. What it really comes down to is macro problems. As the game goes on, they start worrying about battles and attacks and defending drops, and then the macro just goes to pot, absolutely just falls apart. They stop making units, and then they get rolled at that point. Or just general decision-making. Should I make Lings to counter these Marines? Should I go for some Liberators? Should I try to harass? How should I deal with all this roach pressure I'm seeing? Maybe tanks are a good idea. And just decision-making can be an issue for the Terran or the Zerg or the Protoss player at this level. So we'll see if these guys can hold up. Because right now, honestly, if I showed you this game and said, hey, this is actually, you know, this is Firecake versus Bomber, and they're just smurfing, you wouldn't be able to tell. You really wouldn't. I mean, all the timings are here. There's even expansion coming up for SCKedi. Hatch here as well, getting a spine crawler just in case. That might be a bit of an overreaction. Oh, and a surround on the Reaper there. Nicely done. So that's something that might clue you in. Might clue you in that maybe the Terran isn't necessarily the highest level. You don't want to bring your Reaper in here. Not if there are Lings on the field. If they're on creep, they are faster than the Reaper. They can catch it. They can hit it. Getting that full surround was very nicely done by Mattattack. What did I call him when I introduced him earlier? Mattattack? Something like that? It's like a machine gun. Anyway, I like the positioning of the Overlord, just getting on what's happening here. However, once Marines come out, they're going to try to kill this thing. So we'll see the reaction time on a Mattattack. And pretty good. Pretty good. Move the Overlord right out of the way. Going to try to head over here and try to live, and he should be able to. The Marines, unless they want to come all the way down here to try to kill it, which they don't really want to because Lings can be pretty darn scary. And Speedlings are on the way for Mattattack. Definitely seeing those minerals starting to float. Should be getting a third hatchery around now. Haven't seen much pressure from the Terran player. Saw a single Reaper. The next thing they can follow up with after that point is going to be likely maybe a few Marines and a drop or some Hellions. They usually don't just push out with straight Marines at this point. So going for a third hatch, you can feel very safe doing that, Zerg players. I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. Baneling Nest on the way. Roach Warren on the way. Getting plus, actually nothing plus yet. Getting an Evolution Chamber. Let's see what Mattattack decides to do with it. This is another thing. Sometimes we see upgrade buildings be built by these lower players and nothing actually gets upgraded. So I don't know. He doesn't actually have enough gas to do any of this, so that makes sense that he's not doing it. But I would definitely want to have another extractor or two. He does have one here. He's not actually harvesting from it. Always harvest from your extractors. Don't over harvest. Notice it tells you workers 3. So get 3 on there. Leave 3 on there. If one of them dies, replace it. If all 3 of them die, replace those 2. Lings running around. Lings, it's kind of hard to harass Terran early on with just straight Lings. Marines are good against them. Hellions are good against them. Tanks are good against them. A lot of the units that Terran has early can handle Lings pretty well. And here comes some tanks. Here comes some Liberators. Is there a supply block? Oh, a bit of a supply block there from SCKedi. But is he producing more supply depots? He is. So definitely keeping up with that supply depot count. You'll notice he's not making any SCVs, though, which is a concern. You definitely want to always be making SCVs and supply depots, probes and pylons if you're Protoss, drones and overlords if you are a Zerg player. Oh, with the drop lord play from Mattattack. Oh, I like this. Okay, so going to move on in here with some lings. Marine count pretty high. Liberator is here too. Is he actually going to accidentally scouts this one? Which, not too much of a concern, but here comes a giant speedling attack, waltzing its way right into SCKedi's main mineral line, going after the workers. I love this decision. Good reaction time, good pull there from SCKedi, and actually not sacrificing the lings to the Marines unnecessarily. I enjoy that. Running them around, they are faster than Marines. They're not going to be able to kill that number, but if you keep the Marines running around long enough, going to make them very sad indeed. And he's going to try to kill some worker here, and no, yes, gets a single SCB. The rest of them do get cleaned up, but kept SCKedi's attention elsewhere for quite a while. Production tab went to pretty much 0 for Mattattack during that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When they start doing other stuff, they aren't able to actually multitask well enough to continue producing units back home. I mean, the gas here is absolutely abysmal for Mattattack. Get some workers in that extractor. This one too. For all that is holy, please put workers in your extractors. I beg you. You need gas as Zerg. You absolutely need gas. You have so many minerals. Is he getting upgrades yet? No. He has enough gas from upgrades not doing it. Liberator's hanging out back here by SCKedi, but not much to actually liberate. Haha. Here we go. Trying to set up a defender mode possibly, but there are still no workers here. These are all overlords. I thought those were going to be drones. All right. Might as well overlord hunt. Says the Liberator. No, that's going to take forever. That's boring. Maybe set up over here. Could set up on this mineral line, and indeed the Liberator does. Chink, run for your life, drones. Nope, not gonna happen. The Queen got it out of there. The drones didn't get the memo until a little bit later, so immediately 5 kills, trying to take down killing some larvae. Good positioning here for Mattattack, not walking into the circle of death, actually trying to stab down at that Liberator, and it's gonna be able to get it. Oh nope, not at all. Ready for this? 2-shotting a Queen, boop and boop. Oh, it's actually 3 shots. I thought it was 2. Can the Liberator live? No! The Queen takes it down. Queen stays alive. Nicely done, Queen. You are the MVP of that particular battle. And gets it inject off, too. Nicely played. Nicely played. But, yeah, I mean, the lack of gas is absolutely murdering Mattattack. What do we have here? We have a Viking. We have a Liberator. Production tab shows barracks and barracks. Marines and Marauders for SCKedi. The Viking is overlord hunting, a little bit more effective than Liberators are. Liberators are good in splash damage situations against Mutaclumps especially, or Phoenix Clumps. They can be nice, but when there's single target killing, it just seems like it takes forever, almost as long as these lings have been working on this debris. Look how these two guys, they have no upgrades at all. They have their wings on. They've been sitting here smashing their faces into this debris for what feels like the last 5 minutes. The Viking lands to clean them out. There we go. Viking with 2 big old wait, no. Hey, you... Never mind. I thought SCKedi planned on doing that, but no, he didn't. He landed for a second just to test his landing capabilities, and then headed back. Maybe he thought it was a trap. Maybe he thought it was a trap. Does seem possible, doesn't it? Roaches moving on up to this creep. It's kind of a Roach Ling play here. You'll notice not a lot of gas still for Mattattack. Roach Ling is not fantastic against Terran all by their lonesomes. Get some Ravagers in there. You're okay. Oh, got some workers on the extractor. One of them. Oh, this one too. Excellent. So that gas income should start to skyrocket here. It is 34 to 36 harvesters. Both players not exactly macroing as efficiently as they could. But again, this is Into the Void. This is exactly what we expect to see. And we can kind of point out things that are... point out ways to improve. Because you know what? We can all improve. We've all been there before. Any upgrades at all? Ah, is he getting... Yeah, got Carapace level 1 when I wasn't paying attention. That's good. So a reason to get Carapace level 1 is it allows your roaches and your lings to attack or survive 1 attack from a siege tank. So a siege tank comes in, splash damages everything. It doesn't insta-kill the lings, and so they are very low on health, but they're still alive, and that can make the difference in a battle. Getting some banelings here too, I like that. And the roaches all as well. Don't get 2-shot by tanks anymore. It does take 3 to actually take it down. Or is it 4? 50 versus armored. It was 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's 4 at that point. I don't know. We'll have to pay attention. Either way, it increases the survivability of your lings, especially though. Here come the lings and the roaches and the banelings. It's a pretty good army here. It is 90 to 110 total supply. Mattattack is not in the lead, but he has a pretty solid army composition here. A couple of nice baneling hits on these marines. Ling surround on the siege tanks would be excellent, but I'm not sure if this is enough banelings. They don't have speed quite yet. It's on the way. Centrifugal Hooks is coming up for Mattattack. He knows what he's doing with the banelings. This might be baneling overkill, but he found something to spend his gas on, that's for sure. So I think maybe some massive baneling hits here with the tanks getting surrounded by the lings might be enough. The problem is you don't want the tanks just to splash the banes to death while they're clear out here on the ramp. You need to send some lings in first to draw that tank fire, and then you can roll your banelings in once they have speed. Is he going to get there, though? I mean, these guys are pretty darn close to the army. Can they see it? No, they don't know that it's there. Their death is right outside the front door, and SCKedi has no idea what is happening. Production tab looking good for Terran, though. Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, and Orbital Command, +1 infantry armor. Does he already have attack? He already has attack. Here we go. Lings in first. Nicely done. Banelings. Oh, Banelings massacring everything. Oh, the Marines are dead. Wow. Destroyed. Tanks are gone, too. This base is in a lot of trouble. Oh, but there's a tank well positioned by SCKedi back there. Main base not necessarily under attack here. Trying to take down the Orbital Command. Did force a liftoff, which is fantastic. A good play here by those roaches. Forcing a liftoff is great, especially considering he's expanding behind this. Well done, Mattattack. And goodbye, Marine. SCV taking some shots there, too. Pretty much deciding not to attack up that ramp, which is a good choice, because tanks, especially positioned right about here, are really good at covering those ramps against ground unit attacks. The roaches decide to head on home. So, a lot of damage done there. A lot of banelings lost, though, if you take a look. 2,700 minerals, 750 gas lost for Mattattack, 3,400 minerals, and 500 gas lost for SCKedi. And a big old ling attack here again for Mattattack. He's going to try to crush this again. And he might. If there's absolutely no micro on behalf of SCKedi, he just might make it work out. The roaches aren't quite left yet, which is a problem. Look out, guys. Don't die. No, no, no. No, no, no. Oh, the lings try to get a surround on these guys. Can they? This is a lot of lings. Good stutter step by avoiding the surround, though. I like this play. I like it a lot from SCKedi, keeping him alive a lot longer than I expected, and still alive no less. Splash damage actually doing a bit of work on those Marines, too, but SCKedi manages to hold against the onslaught, taking another base here as Mattattack. I don't know if he has the worker count to support 5 bases. He's about 49. Which is good. Upper 60s, low 70s, mid 70s can be good with 5 bases, but as it stands, I'm not sure he can fully saturate everything that he's going to have available. I'd like to see some more upgrades. He's going Lurkers, though. He knows what Lurkers are. He knows that Lurkers are good. Roach tries to stand in and kill some stuff. Can't quite pull it off. He's just a lone Roach against Marines that are +1/+1 with a medevac healing overhead. Any Marauders down here? A couple just came down, but very, very Marine heavy, which bodes well for this Lurker type play. So the Hydras are already out. That's very nice for Mattattack. 52 to 42 Harvesters, 105 to 129 total supply. And here comes a massive, massive Lurker morphin here. Lings complementing. Might as well burn your money on Lings, although burning them on drones might be a better idea right now. So here's how this works, Zerg. If you have Terran kind of fearing you right now, really stuck inside his base, drone up like a boss. Drone up, get to that 75 count, 76 count. Don't go much higher than that. It's kind of hard to get a big army if you have too many more workers. But do it. Get every single gas geyser you can get. Tech up to tier 3, and then go see if you can kill. Now, Terran's job at this point is to do drops, is to do little small attacks that prevent Zerg from ever actually getting there, forcing them to spend their money on units instead of drones. So right now, 4 drones at a time for Mattattack. I like that. Some defensive Lurkers here, too. I like that a lot. Just a couple Lurkers, maybe a Hydra mixed in there as well. Creep spread is probably the best creep spread I've ever seen in Into the Void. This is looking fantabulous. APM is over 100 for Mattattack, 96 and 106 for SCKedi. But again, you'll notice in Into the Void games, what really sets them apart from the other games is the long terms where no one really wants to attack. There's a lot of hesitancy in Into the Void in Bronze and Silver Leagues. A lot of players don't feel comfortable attacking. They feel like if they attack and throw their army away, then they've basically lost. Especially attacking into a Terran where they're entrenched like this, it can be very hard to break. But at the same time, as a Terran going on to creep is very scary too. So both players have a reason to kind of worry about this. Mattattack is soothing his worries by doing incredible creep spread that is continuing along both sides, too. It's not like he just picked one side and said, I guess I'll get this up to the Terran base. He's hitting up this left side, too. Might push up to this area. Might push up to this debris. But I like it. I like it a lot. So Mattattack was supply blocked, but there we go. A ton of Overlords just popped. Or he just made a million Banelings. Yes, he did. Made 1 million banelings. Does that actually temporarily remove the supply count for those lings? No. No, it doesn't. He just had some overlords pop. All right, I was going to say, he was pretty close to supply blocked, and then suddenly he wasn't. Basically made 100 overlords. He has 21. 21 now. Good number. 56 workers to 47 total workers. The Zerg swarm is in full force right now. Composition for the Terran player. Marines with that +2/+2. Looking good with the upgrades. 15 minutes in, so I mean a little bit late, but again, the concept is there. I like it. No upgrades for the siege tanks. No upgrades for the Liberators. A missile turret in the front. Lings checking to make sure there are no bases. He's expanding. What? I thought this was a check for a base. No, this is Mattattack expanding everywhere on the map. Might as well take these guys too. I mean, these are probably more yours than these ones are, but at this level, standard expansion paths and expansion patterns? Yeah, expansion patterns don't really make a whole lot of sense just because it's not very standard play. So the injects aren't fantastic. One thing you can do if you're a Zerg player is you can set a timer on your phone that will go off every whatever seconds to remind you to inject. I mean, even if it's just like 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, that seems like it would be pretty good. Because if you have your injects going like this, it just increases your larva production, allows you to make a whole ton of drones very, very fast. A whole bunch of workers very, very fast too. He has 27 larvae all saved up here. SCKedi's maxed out. Mattattack not quite there yet. He is going hive. He's getting a 3rd evolution chamber while currently upgrading melee attack and missile attack. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Lings rolling on in here first. Lurkers trying to burrow initially. Lurkers burrow. Do it. Lurkers, no. Lurkers, you have to burrow. Banelings actually crashing on his own stuff a little bit there. That was odd. A lot of Banelings, a lot of stim. Lurkers finally do manage to burrow in there, though. Spines cutting through a lot of stuff. Can they get the tank before it gets a shot off? And yes, the tank does end up falling. The Hydras a little bit over-eager there, walking into battle. Oh, a Raven, too. Raven from SCKedi. Well done. So a Raven for the scouting. Liberator Defender mode set up to just take down these Lurkers. And that was, again, a great hold. A great hold by SCKedi. The Banelings got a little bit stuck behind the Lurkers. I think the intent was to burrow the Lurkers first and then roll the Banelings into all this bio, but they kind of got stuck. They allowed the bio to run away too much, and a bunch of them survived to the point where it's 120, about 125 to 162 total supply. Never mind, Mattattack just made 30 Hydralisks at once. 30 Hydras from our Zerg player. That is what I like to see. Wow. How much larva does he have left? 11. He still has available larva, too. That's hilarious. So these Lurkers on the low ground are just making sure SCKedi doesn't want to go anywhere. So right now, I mean, officially, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases to 3 bases. This base is trying to go up. The Lings could cancel it. Lings, do you not see that? You see it. You just don't want to attack it. Why is there a range at which units can see enemy units but won't attack them? I don't understand the benefit there. Good cancel, too. That's another pro tip. If you have a base that's under construction and being attacked, cancel it. If you cancel it instead of letting them kill it, you actually get a refund instead of just losing the whole cost of the command center that you never actually got to use. So that works for hatcheries, that works for nexuses, that also works for command centers. And SCKedi made good use of it there. So again, good game sense, good game information, good game knowledge, and Mattattack going for Ultralisks. Oh yeah, I like to see some good Ultra in my ZVT. Now the answer we've seen at the pro level for Ultras is going to be Ghosts. I don't know that SCKedi is planning on doing that. SCKedi has a lot of bio units, has a bunch of Liberators. Liberators are good against Ultras too. But how many are there? Is there just the one? Oh boy, one. Not great. Not great at all, but can he get out here and start attacking stuff for the Ultralisk start to pop? He's walking right over the Lurkers, taking some spines, but the Raven mixed in does provide detection. Where's that Lurker, they say? Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, actually scanning a little bit unnecessarily, because again, the Raven would have seen it and detected it for him. But what this tells Mattattack is that SCKedi is moving out. 39 Banelings coming up. All right, so 39 Banelings and 30 Hydralisks with +1/+1. I think that's a pretty formidable group, especially since there aren't a lot of tanks here with SCKedi. Some Baneling hits, some Hydra snipes on these air units. I kind of like it. Does he have enough available? Nope, not even enough available supply to go for Ultras yet. He does have the Ultra Cavern. He's kind of banking up a little bit. His gas income is pretty good. No, took the extractors and is not mining from them. No. You need gas. You need gas more than you need minerals. See, that's the problem. He's mining from these mineral patches. He should be getting gas instead, but here comes Mattattack, sneak attack from the backside, ladies and gentlemen. And here come the banelings crashing on into everything. Whoa! Massacring a lot of these units. The Hydra is trying to clean up what's left. A couple more splashes there. Hydra versus +2/+2 bio units. Generally, I don't like the Hydra's advantage here, but they're doing okay. It's a really nice concave. The Raven gets taken down. There are no tanks left, which is very useful for Mattattack. The Liberator gets sniped out as well after getting a ton of workers, though, and some medevacs are going to get killed. These guys have muscular augments. Hard to tell when they're on the creep here, but I believe they do. 3.94 move speed. Queen stabbing away too, continuing to spread this creep. Replacing the creep tumors that I think were killed by SCKedi earlier. I think they might have been. So, man, get that gas. Get the gas. There's 6 ultras on the way, which is nice. But this should be like 12 ultras if you had enough gas available. Look, you have extractors. You have workers. Make 10 more workers. Put them here, here, and here. And then move some of the workers to these extractors too. You need gas more than anything else. 5,000 rather minerals is definitely too much. So 12,200 minerals have been lost by Mattattack, 4,800 gas, 12,700 minerals, and 2,700 gas lost for SCKedi. So SCKedi is being a little bit more efficient, especially as far as gas goes. Neither player has lost that many workers to this point. 13 drones were killed, most of them down here, I think, by that Liberator, and another Liberator attack up here. So Liberator is kind of the MVPs as far as killing workers goes. SCKedi has an SCV mixed in with his army. He's clearing more creep tumors, which is excellent. We like to see that from our Terran player. Clear that creep best as you can. Might actually want to try to kill these lings too. Sensor tower can see this from way over here. Way over here. Sees it. The lings get absolutely massacred by the Marines and the Marauders. They have +3/+3 yet. They have +3/+3. Ultra's crushing in though. The army's a little bit out of position. They're going to take care of this small group of units, and that's it. A rage quit from SCKedi. Mattattack is victorious. And SCKedi has left the game and lost the game. Has lost the game, says my brain. Mixing two words together. Yeah, I don't know exactly the motivation for him rage quitting there. I guess he felt like he didn't have anything to deal with that number of ultras, which is probably accurate. Again, you're going to want to go Ghosts, Liberators, Marauders can be pretty good depending on how they're doing. But this Hydra Ultra combo especially, very, very potent. If you're a Zerg player, if you can get to it, it's very gas heavy, but if you can get to it, it's pretty darn strong. And SCKedi decides to tap on out. So, well played there by our Zerg player, Mattattack. And thanks again for submitting the replay to falconpaladin@gmail.com. Congratulations on being selected, and we'll see who the choice is for next week. All right, so that's it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily, or weekly, rather, Into the Void cast. If you enjoyed what you heard and saw today, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption. And so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live. Place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion when push comes to shove? And you're running into the void. You go searching into